During World War II, a 6-year-old boy was shaving his beard in a serious manner. Soldiers came over to tease him.
А не рановато тебе еще бриться?
Солдат!
In Sergei's opinion, as long as he shaved his beard, he would become an adult and become an excellent soldier. Although he was only 6 years old, he was like those adults, running through the trenches under artillery fire and delivering ammunition heavier than himself to the front line. Just a few days ago, Sergei was still an ordinary child. The German army suddenly attacked the village at night. His mother pushed him out the back door and told him not to look back. He had just run a short distance when the whole village was engulfed in flames. Sergei felt the separation for the first time. He became an orphan with nowhere to go and could only wander in the forest. He happened to meet the patrolling German army. He hid in a tree hole in panic. Suddenly, a poisonous snake swirled down. He covered his mouth tightly and was too scared to move because the German army was much more terrifying than the poisonous snake. After a few people left, Sergei picked up the leftover cans and continued to flee. His shoes were worn out, so he wrapped his feet with tree bark and continued to run. When he was thirsty, he drank some rainwater, and when he was hungry, he ate some wild fruits. And he had to endure the attack of artillery shells, the double torture of body and spirit. Sergei finally couldn't hold on. He fell to the ground. A hedgehog passed by him. He used his last bit of strength to ask the hedgehog for help.
Сбегал, сказал нашим дяде, ты вон какой шустрый.
Fortunately, he was found in time by a Soviet scout. He was brought back to the camp. When he woke up, he found that he was held in someone's arms. He was covered with wounds. He asked the other party fearfully. The commander, who was always serious, was also amused by the little boy in front of him. In order to express his gratitude, the little boy politely stood up and shook hands with the commander. When the soldier asked about his parents, Sergei could no longer control his emotions and cried. The soldiers comforted him. They brought him delicious food. Then he was sent to the field hospital. When cleaning his wound, Sergei kept twitching in pain. To comfort him, the nurse said she would draw him a small flower. But Sergei didn't like flowers. He wanted to draw a tank. When the commander came to see him, he proudly lifted up his belly. On it was the newly drawn tank.
Ну, с таким оружием никакой враг не страшен.
After learning that the commander didn't have a plane, Sergei picked up a paintbrush and drew one on his bandage. The child's innocence and cuteness filled the military camp with joy. The scout gave Sergei a telescope and often brought him candy. He was like an angel, warming the people around him. But this is a battlefield after all. The commander had to send him away. The nurse tried to persuade the commander to keep Sergei, but was rejected.
Ребенку здесь не место.
Здесь никому не место.
But who knew that the commander wanted to keep Sergei more than anyone else? Sergei would be sent to an orphanage a few days later. The commander knew that he liked guns, so he prepared a wooden pistol for him. But Sergei didn't want to leave. He hugged the commander tightly.